One day, I'm doom scrolling online, and I find a tweet from the faithful sheriff where he says he's not a racist by using the N-word multiple times in a row, though he does later edit them out, and saying he's not up.
Yes, I talk to minors.
He just likes to play video games with kids. For the few of you that haven't seen the faithful sheriff, let me catch you up to speed. He is the worst VTuber, a peanut avatar that wants to save everyone.
What kind of selfish jerk do you gotta be to keep the message of salvation to yourself and not help out your fellow man? It's not harassment, it's you love humanity and you want them to know the truth.
He believes that it is his job to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ in every video game lobby that he can go to so he could save these people, many of them being children. He believes everyone else is damned and he is the only one that can save them. It is pushing his beliefs and content on everyone else, and it leaves a lot of people very uncomfortable, but it's helped him grow. I have been seeing this legume everywhere. He is commentary catnip. Every single creator has made some form of video on him, with my favorite being Meat Canyon.
He did, however, add a new creative spin to the character that he can be 100% credited for, and it's that the model farts. In fact, he made a Twitch channel point reward that rings out endlessly alongside a green gas cloud from behind him. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, now that is actually fucking sick. It's really funny.
And whenever I see an internet weirdo, I want to interview them. That's just kind of my thing. I love seeing a viral internet personality that everyone kind of detests and figuring out what makes them tick. So I went to Twitter to reach out over DMs, and I realized I already tried that. In 2021, while I was working at Business Insider, I had found the faithful sheriff when he was still Dr. Witnesser, when he was going viral for telling Muslim children that they were going to burn in hell.
Yeah, you don't talk about it because they don't want to believe it, that's why.
Well, it's because Muslim culture, we've been through different things to America than Christians.
So look, if you were to die in your sins today, you would be sentenced to hell.
While I was working at Business Insider, I basically created a beat around interviewing internet personalities that are a bit controversial, and Dr. Witnesser felt like an easy way. At the time, I had written the only and most popular article about his indefinite ban from Twitch. The story itself is incredibly straightforward. There is none of my opinion in it. It is just reiterating the facts that the faithful sheriff is a member of the strict Seventh-day Adventist Church Christian denomination, and after he started streaming on Twitch, he went viral quite a lot. It wasn't until his bans that things started to go south for him, where he had to start streaming on DLive in order to try and survive. Eventually, he said that he was going to sue Twitch in order to get his account back. It doesn't look like he ever did that, but we never really saw an update to the story. While working on the article, I tried every single way to reach out to him for comment, because as journalists, it's our job to do due diligence and make sure that we have tried to reach the source in every single way possible before we hit publish. I posted multiple times to his website and sent a Twitter DM publicly asking for a DM myself because his DMs were private. He responded to none of them, so we went and we published it. About a few hours later, midnight my time, I get a message from him and he is pissed. He does not like the article and definitely needs me to know. He shares a screenshot that we reached out to him for comment with the message, "Since when did you request a comment from?" Name is Hennig, by the way, not Henning. Who gave you permission to use my real name? And also claim that I'm a pastor, when in fact, I'm not, nor never once said I was. Now, on the first point, BI has a very strict rule about using names for people in stories. They don't like gamer names. So I had to be very strict when it came to that. They've killed stories in the past for not having real name. And Dr. Witnesser's / the faithful sheriff's real name was already on the internet. It had been posted to a Medium article months before. So I did not break that news. That was already out there. Sorry, man. I will admit to adding an extra N, that typo is very serious and I take it very seriously, which is why it is no longer in there. On the second point, I'm totally fine giving that one to him as well, which is why the article no longer says pastor, but it does say preacher. Anyway, now that I finally got into contact, I desperately wanted his comment. So I reached out saying, hey, Do you have any comment you want to share? Sorry about all that other stuff. And he says, I'm going to be contacting the site that published it to request it taken down. It is full of misinformation. What kind of journalist posts an article before they get the facts straight from the sources? All this article is rumor and hearsay. Now that's not remotely true. If the article was just rumor and hearsay, it wouldn't still be up on the website. And in regards to him reaching out to the outlet to get it taken down, I have no idea who he spoke with. I reached out to my editor I was working at the time, and he has no recollection of speaking with this guy. Maybe he did, and it just was completely immemorable considering all of the strange oddity stories I was doing at the time that kind of took a lot of his brain. When I asked him for what misinfo was in the story, he ghosted me, and that's the last time I ever spoke with him. So I actually have an update. After I finished recording, I did some more due diligence and reached out one more time to the faithful sheriff to see what the misinformation was. A couple of days later, I brought a couple friends from out of town to a museum in Uptown Manhattan that's basically an old castle full of ill-gotten Christian artifacts, since I thought it would match this video's vibe. When I pulled out the DMs to show them, I noticed that the faithful sheriff had blocked me. People have dodged comment from me in all sorts of ways, ranging from ghosted emails to literally hiring Jeffrey Epstein's former PR guy. But you can't get more direct than a block. It means I saw your message, and not only do I not want to respond, I don't want you to talk to me anymore. Since then, he kept doing his thing. After he got banned from Twitch, he went to Kick for a while and tried, doing his preachy thing, but it never really got the same level of attention. It wasn't until he started posting as a peanut avatar, similar to the burnt peanuts. He went from taking inspiration from Dr. Disrespect to taking more inspiration from the burnt peanut. And his audience grew again because people were confused how he was back. His clips are so uncomfortable, and he just went viral from there, never for the good things. And he always has this tendency to fight with everyone on the internet. When SuperMega put a little schmeckle, a little pipey on his character, he lost it and now has threatened to sue them if he earns the funds.
Because the online space is flooded with people gaslighting him to continue the troll, it's difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. Unfortunately, he can't help himself from responding to tons of what are most likely just jokes at his expense.
And when other people have created their own peanut avatars, he's gone after them hard on social media. He seems to constantly want to be in the middle of controversies in order to maintain his popularity, but never actually take accountability for any of the things he does. And I guess that's good for a streamer who wants that sort of popularity, who wants to just keep being the center of attention because that's how you get eyeballs. The worst thing that can happen to a creator that is built on controversy is to go back into obscurity. None of it ever works. You just end up sort of flailing and failing. So he's going to cling on to his moment as long as he physically can. And I have to say, I don't remember writing this article at all. I don't remember this conversation. If I hadn't checked my DMs, I don't think I'd even know this stuff existed. But I wanted to kind of get something out. I wanted to post a video while I was working on much larger projects. And I think people would kind of want to know this weird little bit of lore that I have with the faithful sheriff / Dr. Witnesser. Since this is the second video I've made of someone trying to get me fired, I figure I should explain a bit why so many creators have tried to go for my jobs over the years. I've found when you hold truth to power, the power can sometimes get upset, since now their SEO rankings aren't as clean as they used to be. An article from a big outlet can have some major power on a creator's life. If a creator gets Googled by a brand and the first thing they see is controversy, they might not make that deal. And I have had plenty of creators reach out to me over the years asking for articles to get taken down. So I've had quite a few creators try to get me canned over the years, none successful. I do remember another instance when Nikocado Avocado sent an email to the entire editorial team at Business Insider with color-coded points, all because I had updated an article of his. I mentioned the wrong rib that had been broken in a story. He flipped. There are so many other creators. If there's anyone you can think of that I've written about that you want to know the story of, just let me know in the comments. Before I go, I wanted to share one Bible verse that was sent to me by a friend because I really think the faithful sheriff needs to hear it. Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Matthew 6:1.
And believe it or not, there is only one truth. That means everything else is a lie. and not true. Sorry to say, but that's truth. That's the truth.
So here it is. Let me know what you think of the format, what you think of kind of this quick style of video, if I should just kind of stick to deeper, more introspective pieces in the comments. Thanks so much. Bye.